So, your science experiment is done. You've got all your data. Now what are you going to do with it? The perfect tool at this point will be your spreadsheet. The spreadsheet helps you work with numbers in the same way that a word processor helps you work with words. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our Google Drive. And on Google Drive, you're going to want to have a folder. Now hopefully you've already made a folder with all your Science Fair files in it. But if not, let's make one now. After you open Google Drive, in the left-hand corner, there's the New button and Folder. Go ahead and name it right away as Science Fair. If you've already got a folder, just go right to that folder because you want to open your spreadsheet in the folder. So here's a Science Fair. I'm going to open the folder by double-clicking on it. And I'm going to go back to the New button, but this time I'm going to choose Google Sheets. Now it takes a little bit for it to open, and you're probably familiar with this. It works very similarly to Docs. And the first thing you want to do is go up and give it a title by double-clicking where it says Untitled Spreadsheet. Now, you need to give it a title that's going to help you remember it later on down the road. And I'm going to title mine Materials Effect on Ice Melting. And that's some of the data that I'm going to be putting in. I'm pretending I'm doing an ice melting experiment. And you can put in a working title if you want at the start. I like to use the first line or two for doing that. And what we're going to do here is create a table. And you'll be able to use the table with your Science Fair presentation and use that same table to make all the different charts that you're going to need to have for your display and in your report. So you want to give it a title and name that's going to really fit. So let's do ice melting rates on different materials. And there you go. I'm going to skip a line underneath because I'm going to want to come back later on and do some other changes here. And I want to make sure there's enough room. I can move things later if I want. In the first row of my table, I'm going to start wanting to put the materials down. And I've got marble, and you can press Tab to go to the next screen. The next one I had was styrofoam. And of course you can click the next screen if you want, but I like using Tab. Wood, press Tab. Plastic, press Tab. And cardboard, and press Tab. Now I'm going to go way back to the first column again, and now I'm going to put down my trials. Trial 1, press Enter this time, or Return if you're on a Mac. Trial 2, Trial 3, Trial 4, and I have 5 trials for each. And there's basically the table that we're going to have. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and I'm going to click at the top and drag, and a little bit more than that because I want to get the whole thing formatted. And I think I'm going to want to use a size 14 font, and I want to bold everything. So I'm going to click the bold. Notice this works the same as what you've used in the word processor. And then I want to center everything. So over here is an alignment. Now I don't really want the numbers to be centered. So I'm going to start by centering everything. And notice how it's all centered. But the numbers, they shouldn't be centered. It's hard to tell decimal points if they are. So I'm going to select where the numbers are going to go. And now I'm going to go here. I'm going to make them go to the left again. Okay. And that should be it. I'm going to skip a line under trial, and I'm going to type average because I'm going to show you how you can use a spreadsheet to figure out your averages for you already. And now I'm going to go under marble. I've got 5 trials for marble. 14, I press enter. 14.3, press enter. 13.7, 15.3, 14.7. And there's the marble's information. Styrofoam, 3.7, 3.3, 3.2, 3.5, excuse me, that was 3.8, and 3.2. Wood, 5, 4.7, 4.4, 4.8, 5.3. Plastic, 5.6, 4.7, 5.6, 5, 5.3. And that leaves us with cardboard, which is 3.7, 3.7 again, 3.5, 4.2, and 4. And there we go. Now, okay, I made a slight mistake. I made this to the left, so I'm going to select this again. I'm going to go back up to my alignment, horizontal alignment. I'm going to choose, I want to go to the right, not the left. Now, notice how these are all mostly 1 decimal point. But some numbers like marble here and down here at the end of cardboard, they're just 1 digit. And we want them to be significant digits here to the tenths of a decimal point. So I'm going to select all my numbers. And I'm going to go down to average too, because that's going to make it easier later on. And see the 00 here? It says increase decimal spaces. So I'm going to click that. And look, marble is now 14.0 instead of just 14. And the same with cardboard. And so now all the decimal points line up. And it's going to make things really easy and looks really nice on your presentation. And pretty much that's it. Except we're going to do 2 more things. One, we're going to learn to make averages. So what you want to do is go to the cell right next to the word average, because we're going to figure out the average for marble. That's for these, okay? So stay in the cell, go up to insert, and do you see where it says function with that funny Greek letter? Go over there and find average and click on it. Notice average is down here, and it's got parentheses, and it's waiting to tell me, what do you want me to average? And so what you're going to do is take your mouse. I'm going to go to the top data and drag it all the way down. Those are the numbers I want averaged, and I'm going to just press the return key or the enter key. And notice it's right here. It's averaged. Okay. Oh, I forgot to right align this one too, didn't I? There we go. And we're going to do the same thing for styrofoam. Let's go up again. Insert. Function. Over to average and click average. Now I'm going to find the cells that I want to average together and press enter. And there it is. Go over to wood. And I'm going to show you another place to do the same thing. Way over here on the other end of the line, there's that, see that Greek letter again? It says functions. I'm going to click on it. And then I'm going to click on average. And then I'm going to select the wood and enter. Plastic. Functions. Average. Another way I could do this would be to click on the top number that I want, hold the shift key down. I can use the arrow key to go down and select the same thing. Let's do that again. Function, average, click on the top one, hold the shift key down, use the down arrow, that will also select it. And there we go. There's our averages. And we're good. A table, though, would really be helpful if we had lines to help our eyes go across. So I'm going to start in this empty cell here. I'm going to go down and drag and highlight all of this. And then see where it says format? And it's not there. I'm sorry, I thought it was. So let's go where I know to go. See there where it says borders? Click on this, and you've got a whole bunch of different borders to choose from. I want the grid, all the borders. I'm going to select that. Now it's got a nice, decent line there. Okay. Okay. For some reason, the melting rates doesn't seem to want to be going over where I want it to go because it's centered. So I'm going to fix that by making it left justified. And I'm going to make this a bigger font because it's the title. So now I'm going to just make it look pretty. And so this is what you're going to do here. And you're going to select all of this. And I want that to be bigger than 14 now that I've got this done. And now look at my headings don't really fit there very well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select all these rows. And see the arrow here? I'm going to select it. And it's going to come down and it's going to say resize columns. Click on that. And I'm going to make it fit the data. I'm going to say OK. And it makes it really big. Look how marble got really big. That's because the data up here is so much bigger. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to simply drag this over and make it look right. And that looks about the same for everything. The other way I could do that would be to select these and go to that arrow that we did before, resize columns, and make them all the same. And I'm going to make these 150. And you can see they all fit really nice. And that looks pretty good for my board. Okay? And that's it. We're done. And in the next video, I'll be showing you how to make charts. And then in a third video, I will be showing you how to take these and paste them into your paper. Go back and watch the sections that you need. Take your time. And I think you'll have a really great product when you're done.